Today's video is to help you with lesson 8-10 in your math journal, which actually has 3 pages, 214, 215, and 216. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the page 214 activity. So in this activity, they want you to draw at least 2 different arrays to show how you can put 12 desks in rows with the same number of desks in each row. And we've been doing a lot with arrays this week. So I'm going to give you an example, but I'm going to use a different number from 12. I'm going to change that number to 16. And this way I can give you some ideas without giving you the answers. So the first thing I would think of, because I have to think of 2 different ways I could set up 16 desks so that they're in equal groups. One thing I know is that 16 is the answer to a doubles fact. I know that 8 plus 8 equals 16. So I could do 2 rows of 8. So that might look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'd have to have a very long classroom for that. But that's one way to make an array for 16. I've got 8 plus 8, and that would give me 16. So there's one way. Now I need to think of another way. And one thing I'm thinking of is I could break 8 apart again into 4 and 4. So if I had 4 rows of 4, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 in each row. Let's check with a number model to make sure I have the right amount. So for an array, remember our number models are going to add up each row. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And I had said before, I know that 4 and 4 is 8. 4 and 4 is 8. And just like above, 8 and 8 is 16. So there I have found 2 different ways to make an array for 16 desks. Now you're going to do the same thing, except your number is 12. So think about different ways you could break down 12 into equal groups. And it is also the answer to a doubles fact, so that might give you a hint to get started. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you was the subtraction problems that you'll be working on page 215. Now, last week I showed you a video on how to add 2-digit numbers with a little bit of regrouping. We're not going to do that with subtraction today. But for problem number 1 and problem number 4, I have a strategy that you can try. And we've seen it a little bit when we were in our classroom. Some friends had shared this strategy, but I want to show it to you again. Now, the reason we're doing it for number 1 is because my number on top, just like this 6, is bigger than my number under it. 6 is bigger than 5, 3 is bigger than 2. And because of that, I will be able to do this strategy. So what I'm going to do is they've already lined up the 1s and the 10s for me. I'm going to rewrite it a little bit bigger right next to it, so it's easy for me to write it down. We're subtracting. So because this 6 is bigger than this 5, I can first just look at my 1s place. So 6 minus 5 equals 1. Now I'm going to look at my 10s place. And the 3 is bigger than the 2. So I can say 3 minus 2 equals 1. And now I've got my final answer for 36 minus 25. And it equals 11. Now don't forget, with our ballparks, we are rounding up or down to kind of get an idea of where our answer should be. So I know the number 36 is really close to the number 40. And I know the number 25 is really close to the number 30. So my ballpark estimate of 40 minus 30 is 10. And I can use that to check my final answer. Is 10 close to 11? I think so. That tells me my actual answer is probably correct. Now you can use this same strategy in number 4 because all the numbers above are larger than their number underneath. So see if you can try that strategy for that problem. Now for numbers 2 and 3, it's a little bit different. So I'd like you to try the strategies we've used in the past. You could make place value blocks. You could use an open number line. Or you could break it apart into tens and ones and subtract in parts. It's a little bit tricky, but I think that you are ready for it. Good luck with it.